Good afternoon, folks, and welcome back to the Connoisseur channel. Today we're going to be talking about the Proud Boys and essentially why the United States and the media has everything mixed up about this organization. And, in a way, it is intentional. They don't want to see masculinity thrive anymore. There's been an attack on masculinity, and it is responsible. Well, who is responsible for this attack is indeed white masculine figures. And essentially, I'm going to tell you why this is important. But mainly, what we are seeing now is two sides that represent two different communication ideals. And Donald Trump represents masculine ideals, and Joe Biden represents feminine ideals that are going to be very vulnerable if he becomes the president, due to the fact that uh, places like with a matriarchy type of ideal are going to take over this country. So we already see with Meghan Markle renouncing her royal status with her husband, and she announced that she will try to run for president. This is all tied in. This is all tied together, and they want to see woman figures run the country because they know everything will be thrown into madness essentially, and then you could grab more power. So we see laws such as in London, you could date a 15-year-old. That's the age of consent, 16, something like that. In places like China and Japan, you could date like 13-year-olds, things of that nature. And that's very sick. That's very wrong. We don't want anything like that infiltrating our country. But that is almost just the surface level of what is going on. The corruption level within these entities is far different. These people live above the law. And if you want the person who governs you living above the law, you have something seriously wrong with you. Now, excuse me, I do have a cold, so I do sound a little stuffy, and the audio on this isn't that good. I'm using like a Logitech headset. I just want to kind of get the message out, and if you listen to it, you listen to it. If you don't, you don't. Fuck it. I don't really care. But, I just kind of want to put everything into words, put my thoughts into words on these subjects, because I feel like it's important. I feel like we do need a better understanding of what's going on. So, I have taken some notes on some topics that I want to talk about, and I'm just going to glaze over them. The video is just going to be just some pictures, kind of like slides going through, but it is what it is. If you watch it, you watch it. If you don't, you don't. But okay, so I'm gonna start by saying the Proud Boys aren't racist or they're not a white supremacy organization. I believe I'm not really sure. I haven't really done that much research, but I've heard over and over again that there are Proud Boys of color, and the organization was kind of made by one of the founders of Vice News Network, which is ironic because liberals love Vice. They always champion Vice. They're always like, oh, check out this Vice documentary, et cetera, et cetera. Like, Vice is pretty liberal. And just like in the black community, the liberal white community is championing gay and feminine men. They are highlighting them. You see, like, a lot of the attention on the internet, and I don't want to make it seem like the internet is an important thing. In a way, it is because it's just a reflection of society and what is being enforced, but that you see like a lot of these feminine men, these broken men being like highlighted throughout social media. And why is that? Because women want to run over you. Naturally want the boss. They crave it because they've been deprived of it for so long. They crave taking a man and turning him into their stepping stool. And essentially, what they crave even more than that is a real man. So that's why you can thrive being a masculine man. Don't feel like you have to be a feminine man. It doesn't last in the community. It's made to misdirect and to feed people with power. So that's why you see people like Kamala Harris, a person who, keep in mind, she doesn't have a good relationship with her father. That's, I guess, her black side, but he's not black American. So she's trying to play on these black American things. She knows nothing about it. She's never experienced that. So, the Proud Boys, they realize this tactic and they are brave enough to go up against it. And I guess it's not really bravery because what are these people going to do to you? These people are sensitive. These people are soft. There's nothing that these people are going to do to you. So, the only thing that the Proud Boys can cause harm to, or they're going up, it's the feminine empowering agenda. which, I do want to say this, the feminine empowering agenda, taking down sexual predators, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. That should take place. That is absolutely justified. But I want you to keep in mind who these predators are. These are white men that are empowered, that take advantage of people who are under them, that they can influence. And you didn't really see this in the stable black community in the 90s. Keep in mind, like shows like Family Matter and Family Matters, Smart Guy, Sister Sister. These were dads that were encouraging their daughters. They were raising good daughters. If you grew up on these shows, you understand how you should interact with women, how you should encourage your daughters, how you should encourage the young women around you, and how you should respect and love and cherish the older women around you because they are a guiding figure. Women are a key component to manhood, they're a key component to society. Keep that in mind. So essentially, if masculinity is done right, everybody wins. There are no losers in it. So these sexual predators, they did deserve to be taken down. They deserve to be in jail for the rest of their life if they deserve to have a life, but I can't really speak on that. And, hypothetically, I'm just going to say that for YouTube. Hypothetically, like I'm speaking figuratively, not literally about people having a life. So, you know, um, essentially, nowadays the abusers in the black community, and always since the beginning of time, these have been rebels. These have been thugs that go against order. I want to establish order. Most men in a community, excuse me, want to establish order. We want to be married. We want to be loyal. We want to nurture our women. These are ideals that are foundations of our society. So nowadays, you see all women are anti-white men, and the Proud Boys, I can't speak to what they believe about women or what they don't, but this agenda is important for them to get aligned with. You have to cherish your women, and that way you won't be getting called things like a white supremacist organization just because you are going against being bullied for being a white man, which it is happening. I'm going to be honest with you. That is happening in today's society. You aren't being cherished by women, not even your own women, because the abuse that you have put them through. People. This is why women are anti-Trump, because there's only so much that women can take from white men until they just go completely haywire and they won't listen to anything you say, regardless if it makes sense or not. So, I figure I'm a person that has to highlight something like that, being I'm a black man. So, let's see what the next talking point is. Okay, so basically, I just want to show that if white men can love their women more positively, then the trickle-down effect from the media will align with the male and female agendas and create a more stable home. With a more stable home, you will outreach into a more stable society. After this, there will be less irrational behaviors and ambiguity from both genders, and there will be more stable gender identities. We will see people cherish what they are more because they understand what they are, and they can have a relatable figure to what they are. And this will be very key to spreading out to. Now it goes from the home society to the outside society to the higher powered society and the upper class society to the political power society, and we create a more stable world. This is honestly, I don't want to sound like I'm exaggerating, but this is the key to world peace, understanding and balance. You need male and female, regardless of who is the face of the power. You need both interacting together to create a more stable environment for everything that's around it. And when you have that, you will see less drug use. You will see less, crime. You will see less misdirection through television and and music and any other communication media. So essentially, what we have to do is get on the same page. This is where it all links up. Women are very resistant to the Proud Boys and these, like, I guess I'm gonna just call them soy boys. People will call them these feminine men are more resistant to masculine men because they will never be able to be that. They don't understand that. They never had a father figure to really show them what it's like to be a real man and to hold down your household and to have respect for you. It's not gonna come naturally as you are a real man. They don't understand how it works. So I just want everybody to think about that. You guys have a good day. The connoisseur to the channel, I try to get in line with the right thought, and everybody be blessed out there.